Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Halachayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Halachayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Halachayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to our elders and our apostles of Great Millstone. Shouts, salutes to the sincere elect out there. Keep fighting, Akim. Keep pushing. We're almost out of this bitch. So we're seeing that what time we're in right now, man. It's coming to a headlog, coming to a fruition. And you know, the humble pie, the humble pie is set out. You know, people soon gonna be getting tucked in, meaning they're gonna acknowledge the Most High, all right, and our power. Who is our power? Right, we've seen it already. Let me walk this way. We've seen it already. What's happening with the wicked Edomite them, you know. What you got to do is spend a little time on TikTok or YouTube. You see what's happening over in Babylon with this Tommy Robinson's crew. You know, a lot of them, the Edomites, are crying, throwing their toys at the pram, crying, "Oh, what's happening to our country?" What's happening to your country? First of all, Europe, Scotland, England, Ireland. Right? As a matter of fact, the whole world was created for so-called black people, right? The elect of the black people, right? So it was ruled by black people, right? And there's books on that, right? How it was ruled by black people. So it's all we call it folly, man, and lies, because Esau stands on lies. You know what I mean? And that's why your rug, which is made of lies, is being rooted from underneath you. You know, the women, them, you know, Edomite men, them are women crashing out, man. What's happening to our country? They don't want to deal with the police. They're crying racial profiling, something that Jake's been doing from the time we've been over here, the Windrush era. You know what I mean? That's the history. What happened to Jake when they was lied to, told to come over into this country. It's paved with gold, only to be given all the low jobs. You know, cleaning, house cleaning, working on the public transport, the NHS system. So this kingdom is standing on lies. You Edomites are crying foul because you're not, your white supremacy, your white privileges are not being catered to anymore. You know what I mean? You're not, Jake ain't jumping to your beck and call. Well, you still got some Jakes, right? The ones that are still in Christianity. And I don't know how that could possibly happen with this truth out here, there, and everywhere. How that could possibly happen. Jake's still sleeping, but you know, many are called. You know what I mean? Few are chosen. You know what I mean? And the 2/3 have to be cut off, right? And Lord willing, we're going to be in that number, right? Right. This is talking about we're in that, those of us that are pushing this truth. Keep pushing this truth. You know, everybody comes back in their lot. So if you're a die-hard Christian, you're going to die hard. You understand? If you're a die-hard Christian, you're going to die hard. But yeah. So everybody's getting their comeuppance. Everybody's going to get their comeuppance. If you're doing what is right, you're going to be judged according to the works that you've been doing. If you're a wicked ninja, right, you're going to come back being a wicked ninja, right, according to the lot. So I'm gonna hit one precept. It's a one hitter quitter. I'm out here right now doing my little, you know what I mean, my forest bathing, my walking, my breathing, exhaling, inhaling, getting somewhat fresh air over another part of town. And I've just been meditating on what's been happening, man. You know, the ninja woman too, everybody's getting their comeuppance. You know, they're getting there's judgments everywhere over across the water, and a lot of it's going under the radar. You just got to do your due diligence, you know what I mean, and do the research. You're gonna find, yes, prophecies are, everything is on point, everything is coming on time. You know, Habakkuk chapters 2, it is not tarrying. So Psalm 68, and let's read one of my favorite scriptures. All right, it says, to the chief musician, a psalm of David, or song of David, let God arise, let his enemies be scattered, let them also that hate him flee before him. We're actually seeing that. we're seeing that coming to fruition. It's happening now, right? With all those that took the bag. They didn't last very long, right? Didn't last very long. Whoever seeketh to save his soul shall lose it, and whoever understands that you may lose your soul, you're gonna gain it, right? And that's in red letters. That was Yehoshua. And if you seek to be rich, right? If you seek to be rich, you're gonna lose your soul. You know, it's like Matthew 16:26 or 26 and 16. It might be Luke, but it's not gonna end well for them. And then we can see already the cards are coming tumbling down. The cards are coming tumbling down. One sec. You know, I think a fly just flew in my eye right there. But yeah, it's beautiful, man. You know. As a matter of fact, let's carry on reading. We're just gonna read a couple of these precepts here. You know, the more you meditate and you think about what's happening, right? Let's read. The more we're gonna relate to those prophets of old. And we're relating to the prophets of old. As a matter of fact, the prophets of old are back here, right? And we're going to find out, you know, most are going to make a separation of one who, Malachi 2, Malachi 3, 16. You're going to make a separation to determine the true prophets, who the true prophets are. One that serveth God and one that serveth him not. And that's happening now, as we said. Everybody's in their lot, and the time is coming when everybody's getting their comeuppance. The comeuppance is happening now. It's happening now, and the humble pies are out. And for those that are in that lot, you want to start getting tucked into the humble pie. And it's just another word for acknowledging that you was wrong, acknowledging the prophets were right, acknowledging that who the true God is. Get ready. The humble pie is already set. So just carry on reading. Yep, one of my favorites. I'm going to read it again. Psalm 68 in the NLT. Rise up, O God, and scatter your enemies. Let those run for their lives. Yeah, that's what's happening now. And those that are going back to the spirit world, that's happening right now, right? A lot of the ninjas, right? The men and the women, ninjas, which is, you might even say it's a mercy killing, over there in certain parts of America, Atlanta, are just getting juke up, stabbed up, mash up and broke up. But, you know, it's a judgment of the Lord, because yes, we are in the year of prophets, the year of sellouts, agents, scoffers, sellouts and agents, and Jacob's trouble. We're in that time, right? And judgment is begun, it's happening right now. So there's a lot of deletions taking place on the news, in the mainstream news, but you're going to see it more. The more you do your little bit of, you know, go on TikTok, check out what's happening on YouTube. You know, fathers deleting children, children deleting mothers and fathers, brothers, right? The judgment is starting in the house of the Lord. And all of the nations, you know, the Edomites, privileged, supposed to be their kingdom, they're crashing out, as we can see. Crying, racial profiling, over here, going outside of certain particular refugees' hotels, setting fire to it. We see what's happening. Trying to make claim of trying to keep hold of a kingdom that doesn't even belong to them. We ruled Europe, right? And we're going to get, the whole world was made for our sake, and we're going to get everything back. And this is what's happening right now in live time, right? Rise up, hold thy power, and scatter your enemies. Let those who hate thy power, right? God, you Christians calling God, run for their lives. It's literal. This is spiritual, but it's literal too. Blow them away like a smoke. Melt them like wax in the fire. Let the wicked perish in the presence of thy power. Yeah. They're going to be yamming up the humble pie, and we're going to be stuffing them with it. Right? Obadiah. Right? And also, I think it might be Micah. Right? We're going to be burning them up, the lion. We're going to be surrounding them like a lion. Like dew. Matter of fact, let's see if I find that one. It might be Malachi. Let's check it out. Lord willing, and we're going to end with it. Is it Malachi or is it Micah? Micah 5. That's it. The water. Micah 5 and 7 says, and the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass that teareth, right? Teareth not far for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many nations and many people, as a lion among the beasts. Yeah. And we know what lions are like, right? Especially when they're in their prime. Right, and when they're hungry, woo, you ain't gonna stand in front of that. So this is talking about Yahshua Allah, right? The elect of Israel. Right now, yeah, there's a lot of people, walking around, in Lulu land, La La land. Rise up, you women that are at ease. The Most High is judging you, left, right, and center. Right, and those who are gonna come out of their folly, come out of La La land, gonna come out of La La land. But the Most High is making an example of a lot of the 2/3, men and women, right? And this is the outcome. This is going to be the outcome for you, Goyim nations, because you're the real Goyim, right? The real sheeple, right? The base men, right? You're the real base men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion, there you go, among the flocks of sheep, who for if he go through both, treadeth down a young hungry lion in his prime. You ain't gonna get in the way of that. All right, that's how we gonna be, and I'll be meditating that terror regularly. Right, and it's all the spirit of the Lord. Right, if he go through both, treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. You ain't gonna be able to stand in the way. Right. So this is Yahshua Allah, man. We're coming to the point. We're coming to that peak. Yahshua Allah is coming to the peak like a lion in its prime, in its youth. Right? And the teeth, them are getting sharpened up right now. Right? As the scripture says in Isaiah 41. Right? You're going to sharpen our teeth. We're going to tear shit up. Right? From worms to lions, like with lions with sharpened teeth. And Yahushua going to lead the charge, because he's going to return, as it says, Isaiah 63 and also Isaiah 47, he's going to return, he ain't going to meet them as a man, and the anger be burning in his heart. So, that's it, man. The warrior by Shai, right? The teeth are getting sharpened. The lion's teeth are getting sharpened. And the humble pies are out there set for you Goyim nations to get tucked in. And we're going to stuff you with it, the humble pie. Let's get back to Psalm 68. Right? Blow them away, Psalm 68 and 2. Blow them away like a smoke, melteth them like wax in the fire. Yeah, that's the intercontinental ballistic missiles. When they hit, the fury of the Lord, the angel gonna guide them. The fire in the fire gonna guide them, and they don't miss. They ain't gonna miss. We see the stage is set right now. What's happening over there in the so-called Middle East, East Asia, right? What's happening? The stage is being set, right? I'm a God one, mountain of troops, right? When you break it down, it means mountain of troops over there in East Asia, Saudi Arabia, right? Armageddon one, right? Or a place for judgment, Mashapat, right? Mashapat, judgment. So judgment is on its way, right? In that particular spot, the stage is being set. The troops are over there and continuing to go over there, right, to their own detriment. So, right, talking about what's coming down the pipe, right? The intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Once again, free. But let the godly rejoice. Yeah, we rejoice throughout the whole of the week. It's been a good week, right? Let the godly rejoice. Let them be glad in God's presence. Let them be filled with joy, right? Yeah, because it's a medicine. Joy is a medicine. We're feeding our hearts with joy, and we're the happiest people, as we was discussing in the sit down. We have reasons to be right now. Yeah, there's a whole heap of things going on, right? But yeah, it's controversy breeds more interest in this truth. There's nothing you can do against the truth, only for the truth. So the controversy was taking place, even what's happening with the sellouts, right? Those that sold out, that took the bag. That controversy is called more interest, and it's going to draw the true men of the Lord out from under the rocks, wherever they may be, right? Wherever they may be, in false religion, wherever they may be. Controversy is going to draw an attraction, right? And with the sellouts and all you agents as well. You're playing your part. They see that you're playing your part in the movie. You sellouts and agents, right? Those that took the bag, right? All you scoffers. You play your part in the movie. You've done a lot, your part to draw attention for the sincere to come. And some of us may have been drawn by certain controversy when what drew us to this truth, when we saw how our elders and our apostles was smashing up and mashing up all the Goyim nations, right? With the truth, because it's with the power of the word, the scriptures. There's nothing you can do against this truth, but only for the truth. So let the scriptures talk. Carry on. But let the godly rejoice, let them be glad in thy presence. Let them be filled with joy. Sing praises to thy power unto his name. Yeah, the name is important. Don't despise what anybody may tell you. Right? And those who took the bag, done a transaction to sacrifice the name. you know, better off you just put a rope around your neck and just put your head in it and just jump. That was suicide, but you know, you come back in your lot anyway. Sing praises unto thy God, unto his name. Sing loud, right? That means to exalt the voice and exalt his name. Loud praises to him who rides in the clouds, because he's coming, he's going to return, and there's going to be a whole heap of dogs, you say, a whole heap of deers in the headlight when he returns. Deers in the headlight, but not for long, because they're going to get lasered very quickly. But they're going to be like deers in the headlight, all you so-called Christians and, you know, even the atheists, the unbelievers, you're going to be like this before you get deleted. And then you're going to know, you're going, like I say, you're going to be back in the spirit world, right? Yamming up the humble pie. And you're going to acknowledge the true power. Sing praises to thy power, to his name. Sing loud praises to him who rides in the clouds. Right, so we're looking for that day when he says, come up hither. His name is the Lord, right? Rejoice in his, in capitals, that's Yahweh. His name, the Lord, rejoice in his presence. And for those who are elected to be saved for salvation, we're going to rejoice in his presence. We're going to do exactly that. So I just wanted to hit that vibration out there, yeah. Everybody's in their lot, and everybody gonna get their comeuppance, whether it be for good, whether you've done wickedness, you're gonna get your repayment. You're gonna get your payment, and that's happening right now, right? Jump down to 20. He that is our power, right, is the true God, is the God of salvation, and unto God the Lord belong his issues of death, yeah. Right, because all those that are marked for deletion, go and get their deletion. The hitmen, his angels, they don't miss. You're marked for deletion. But thy power shall wound the head of his enemies, yeah. The enemies, you give them a death blow, the whole body shall fall. You understand? You hit them in the head where it hurts, the whole body shall fall. And that's what's happening to Babylon. Ultimately, that's what's happening to Babylon. Revelation 18 sums that all up. And they're going to be crying, Babylon is falling, rejoice. That's what we're going to be saying. But we, those who invested in Babylon, the traveling merchants, going to be weeping and bawling, gnashing of teeth, as the scripture said. But thy power shall wound the head of his enemies, and the hairy scalp of such. And one is goeth on still in his transpasses. All right. But that's the point right there, man. Those that are marked for destruction are marked for destruction. Those that are marked for salvation, right? His elect are marked for salvation. And he's going to say to them, come up hither. Kala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Jumping down to 34. Ascribe ye strength unto thy power. His excellency is over Israel. Yeah. Once again, it's happening now. The stage is set for his return. It's happening now. And those who are getting their rewards for selling out and being charlatans in this thing and pushing this truth for filthy lucre are getting their comeuppance now. It's happening now. Right. His strength is in the clouds. Yeah, he's coming back, man. In the clouds, man. And he already appears from time to time, leaving a mysterious after effect. You heathens, when you see the chariots, otherwise described as clouds, they sometimes shapeshift. They hide, they cloak in the sky. And when you see a chariot, you always have a story to tell, you heathens, because he is a terror to you. The name is terrible to you. Al-Shadja, his name is terrible to you. And you always say, oh, I felt, when they come and you see them over your towns, your cities, you always say it was a terrifying feeling, because yeah, they're a terror to you. You say that. I felt terror. I felt nothing but dread when I saw the so-called UFOs, as you call them. So they're a terror unto you. And this is going to seal the deal. This is going to end it. We're going to end it with this. Oh, thy power, thou art terrible. All right, I just said it. Out of the holy place, the God of Israel is he that giveth strength. Yeah, Kazak. Yep. And we're coming to the time where these devils, these Goyim nations, and the wicked Edomites, your heads are going down. We see it in the spirit. And we are becoming more strong. Spiritually, but even physically. Because the Most High is ascribing to us that strength. You understand? That's Satan right there. But yeah, I'm going to meditate on that. I just read it. I'll read it again. You ain't going to let Satan interrupt this video. Right? That's some of the key points. Oh, thy power, thou art terrible out of the holy place. Thy God of Israel is he that giveth strength. Kazak. Right? Ha kazaknaya wa matazaknaya labia. Asking the Lord for strength. Strength from the heart, strength from the mind. Lahab, the mind. Right? And that's what we do. Right? That's why we're able to carry out what we do. Fulfill our assignments. And bring judgments ultimately upon you 2/3 and the wicked Goyim nations. And we're going, once again, we're going to surround you like lions, hungry lions. Obadiah 18 eventually. And it's going to be a bonfire. Volcom alone, that's your favorite. That's the favorite part of the Bible for you. Because it's going to be a bonfire for all that honor. Right? So our Lord is lifting up our heads, and your heads are going down. You're walking down. You're walking down into the ground. That's it, man. One more time. Right? Repetition is the father of learning. For emphasis, as also Psalm 68 and 35. Oh, thy power, thou art terrible. Yeah, because that's the true terror. That's the true terror. Out of the holy place, right? He's coming out of the skies. Yes, he is. He gonna crack the clouds. He gonna come out of the skies. You want to believe that? It's up to you. You don't want to believe it? That's up to you. The God of Israel is he that giveth strength and power unto his people. Blessed be thy power. Right, and we're looking forward to that. The ultimate day, Isaiah 41. Right, we shall no longer be worms, but he won't give us teeth, and we gonna smash. What Yahweh Shai, Kala Yahweh Shai. The devil, them, the heathen nations, they're crying foul. Let them cry foul, right? Oh yeah, and you don't got to look very far to see it. They're crashing out. The humble pie is set for them, and they're getting their comeuppance. It's happening now. Till the next one. Here come my fellow greeting animals. And yeah, we're gonna relieve the animals of their owners as well, because we know what these owners are doing to the dogs, as also what they're doing to the whole globe. We're gonna turn everything right side up again. Once again, till the next one, okay.